In July 1969, humanity achieved its highest technological peak. Planting a flag on the lunar surface was an American triumph, the ultimate victory of the space race. But to find the origin of that technology, we have to look to 1944. At that time, London and other European cities were being reduced to rubble by a terrifying new weapon, German ballistic missiles that struck without warning, killing thousands of civilians. Incredibly, the exact same man was ultimately responsible for both, Wernher von Braun. During the war, von Braun led the development of the terrifying V-2 rocket. It was the world's first long-range guided ballistic missile, capable of striking targets from hundreds of miles away with no existing defense. America's path to the stars was built directly upon technology designed for Nazi military terror. By the spring of 1945, the Nazi government had collapsed. Allied forces advanced across a country in physical ruin. As intelligence officers combed through the wreckage, they realized Germany's most valuable remaining assets were not gold reserves or land. The real prize was the expertise of its aerospace and weapons scientists. But the United States was not the only nation searching the rubble. The Soviet Union was also hunting for these exact same experts. American officials feared that if Moscow captured this scientific talent first, the global balance of power would shift toward the Soviets. As the Cold War loomed, American leadership viewed the recruitment of these scientists as a prerequisite for national security. To prevent that talent from falling into Soviet hands, the United States made a classified decision to extract these scientists and relocate them to America. But there was a significant legal hurdle. U.S. immigration law prohibited the entry of members of the Nazi Party, a description that applied to many of these top researchers. To bypass these laws, intelligence officers redacted the scientists' files. Attaching sanitized backgrounds with a simple metal fastener gave the operation its name, Project Paperclip. The government chose to erase the pasts of former enemy combatants for a technological advantage. While von Braun is the most recognized figure, he was one of hundreds brought to the United States. Over the following years, more than 1,600 German scientists, engineers, and doctors were moved into the United States. Many recruits were questioned at military bases for months before being assigned to top-secret American projects. This influx of expertise provided the technical foundation for rapid advancement in aviation, medical research, and guided missiles. These researchers were integrated directly into American military and scientific institutions, providing the expertise that would drive U.S. defense development for the next several decades. The most visible results of this operation appeared during the height of the space race. Wernher von Braun eventually became the chief architect of the Saturn V, the massive launch vehicle that carried the Apollo missions to the moon. The propulsion technology these researchers helped build for NASA delivered the power necessary to launch American astronauts out of Earth's atmosphere. Men who had once designed weapons for a hostile regime were now celebrated as American national heroes. For decades, the details of this transformation remained hidden. Only as records were gradually declassified did the public discover the full scope of the program. Today, the operation divides historians. Supporters argue the program was a necessity to keep pace with the Soviet Union during the Cold War. Critics argue that by recruiting these men, the United States sacrificed global justice in exchange for technical data. It leaves us with a difficult question. Can scientific progress ever justify overlooking a person's actions during the time of global conflict? Project Paperclip stands as proof of how nations operate under pressure. When superpowers race to control the future, they often decide to secretly erase the sins of the past.